everybody. Welcome to this month's Director's Chat. We are going to start off, as we always do, with shelter happenings and events. So our summer camps will be kicking off again on July 7th. We will be open for adoptions on both July 5th and the 19th, so share with all your friends. And we also have an upcoming event that we will have volunteers present at. It is the Waterworks Fun Fest, which is going to be held on July 26th. And this is a program offered through the City Utilities Water Pollution Control Plant. And then last but not least, fun times. It is 2026 budget time. So myself, Jeff, and Lisa are all preparing our budget, and we'll submit that by by July 21st. All right, happy birthday to the following people for the month of July: Jody B., Candace G., and Kelsey J. Happy birthday from all of us to you. All right, stats for May of 2025. Domestic intake, we did see an increase, and it's about 10% over last year. So dogs, last year we had 317 in the month of May compared to this year's 350. Cats, we had 642 compared to this year's 665. Small animals, or other pets, if you will, 26 in 2024 compared to this year's 60. So total domestic intake for 2024 was 1,140 compared to this year's 1,189. Our live outcomes for 2024, we had 572 compared to this year's 561, a slight decrease there. For our investigations and stray activities, last year we had 1,578 compared to this year's 1,452. All right, my favorite part, kudos. We've got a lot, but first we need to make a correction. Last month I gave kudos to AC30 Lindsay, and she was kind enough to share with us that it wasn't her call. So she shared with us that the call that we provided her kudos for actually belongs to AC24 Matt and AC33 Kelsey. So our apologies to them for making that error, but kudos to all of you. All right. Now, Deputy Director Lisa gave a shout out to all the ACOs, the med team, Laura, Dr. Reby, and Dr. Stressman for their involvement with the state level cases. To give you an idea, for 2025, there have been 23 cases submitted to the prosecutor's office. 14 individuals have been sentenced for animal abuse and neglect, ranging from an A misdemeanor to level 6 felony. Now keep in mind, of those 14 people that were sentenced, not all of them were 2025 cases. Some of them, actually most of them, were from prior years, but that's okay. That's still how many people were sentenced this year. 16 cases are currently being prepared to be submitted to the prosecutor's office, and 10 are actively being investigated. Not that this is necessarily something to be proud of or encouraged by, but these are some very in-depth cases, and we now have the skill set, the professionalism, and the respect from the prosecutor's office to be able to submit these cases. So that's a huge win for not only the animals, but also our shelter in general. So kudos to all of you for all the work you put in on these cases. All right, AC12 wanted to make sure that we gave kudos to AC31, Chris, for his demeanor with a recent case. Now this is a tough one as well. Don Ayers Honda had contacted us to help them try to remove a kitten that had unfortunately gotten tangled into an engine of a car and had succumbed to its injuries. This was obviously something very traumatic for those employees and the service techs, and they weren't sure how to proceed. So 31, knowing knowledge about cars and how to handle this type of case, he was able to not only remove the kitten, but showed professionalism and compassion during the whole time. So we appreciate him going above and beyond and taking into consideration their feelings. Delaney and Tina wanted to give a huge shout out to Eric, who was kind enough to bring in popsicles for all of our campers. He did this out of the kindness of his own heart and of course out of his own money. So Eric, that's pretty awesome. Thank you for doing that. AC22 Mandy was provided a note from a volunteer that wanted to share that recently that our recently adopted quote-unquote Sweets, that was the cat's name, had been sponsored by a citizen because AC30, Lindsay, this time we're absolutely sure it was her, she had done such a great job with him and his pet named Rosie. He said she was an absolute lifesaver. So he came in to pay it forward and paid that adoption fee for that cat to get adopted on behalf of what AC30 had done for him. So good job, Lindsay. Thank you. And last but not least, Jeff, AC4 Jeff, wanted to make sure that he gave a kudos to Trisha. A little boy wanted to show her his ouchie, and it was kind of gross. Like the bandage definitely needed to be changed. So being the compassionate person she was, she dug into our first aid kit and gave him a new bandage and got it all cleaned up. So that's what I like to see, you guys. You guys going above and beyond, and people are taking notice. So keep those kudos coming. I love seeing them. All right, staff updates. We would like to welcome our new Fund Development Manager, Sophia Myers. So if you haven't seen her yet, you need to say hi. She's got a great big smile, and she is eager to just learn and dive right into animal care and control and all of that's involved. So welcome aboard, Sophia. We like having you here already. And right now, our currently posted positions include an ACS and a part-time vet. That's it, everybody. Happy July.